So talking about the various strategies that the company has been able to put in place to make sure that it grows on a constant basis, the value, that's the dollar value of the Ultima token and the smart coin. These are the two cryptocurrencies of our business. So as major strategies, the first one, the company has decided to put in place a very powerful ecosystem or a strong ecosystem. So it has built a powerful ecosystem around these two cryptocurrencies. And this ecosystem is going to help to push upward the values of these two cryptocurrencies. As a second strategy, the company also has decided to adopt a burning fee. In fact, it has decided to institute a burning fee for all transactions that are taking place on our smart blockchain. And it has the possibility of increasing the burning fee whenever it deems it necessary, which is exactly what has just happened. In fact, this extra increase, in the burning fee was made just a couple of days back. For those of you who have actually been following up, I'm sure you actually bear witness to that. Then as a strategy also, or as another strategy, the company also has the possibility to increase the minimum number of smart coins that each person is expected to have in their smart wallet, which is also one thing that the company just recently did. Please make sure that you keep your mics muted. It's important. If you're in a noisy area, Madam Tiffin, your mic is on. Please make sure your mic stay muted. Winner, your mic also is on. Okay, it's very important. So like I was saying, the company can decide to impose that everybody must have a minimum quantity of smart coins in their wallet for them to be able to do any transaction from that wallet, which is actually what just recently happened. For instance, right now, the company says the minimum number of smart coins everybody must have in their smart wallet is what? 5,500. Now, if you take 5,500, how many people actually constitute the community of this company? Let's say we have a community that spans beyond 2 million. Let's say 2.5 million. Let's say 2.5 million users. Now, assuming that each of these 2.5 million users installs a smart wallet and puts in their smart wallet a minimum of what? 5,500 smart coins. Multiply 5,500 smart coins by 2.5 million or 2,500,000. What does that give you? So if you multiply that by 2,500,000, that should give you how many? That should give you 13,750,000,000 smart coins that should have found themselves on the exchange market. Imagine 13 billion smart coins, or rather, yes, smart coins that would have been on the exchange market, that would have been in the market that people are selling. But the company technically has obliged everybody to have a fraction or a certain quantity out of this total amount in their wallets. Which means that since we have helped to keep this ultimate, or rather these smart coins in our wallet, instead of them going to the market, that means we are keeping the market dry of how many smart coins? 13,750,000,000. Which means since these coins are not in the market, that means the quantity that will be found in the market will be smaller. And that tells you one thing, that the price definitely is going to go up. Why? Because the price of any commodity which is sellable is given by the demand divided by the supply. So since we are the ones withholding at least 13 point something billion of those smart coins in our wallet, that means that the quantity of smart coins going to the market in terms of supply is very small. And if this supply is very small, that means the price has the tendency to go up. Now, the company has equally adopted a halving strategy, means that every blessed year, the quantity of Ultima tokens that are being released by the delegated liquidity pool is reduced by half. Like I already showed you previously, that the delegated liquidity pool right now is releasing what quantity? 25.92 Ultima tokens every day. By next year, means that 12 months later, in fact, every year, the reduction is done every 12 months. So by next year, 2025, instead of us having 25.92 released every day, it is going to be 25.92 divided by 2. So only half, that will be run about 12 point something Ultima tokens that will be shared to all the gold splits every day for another period of 12 months. After the next 12 months, it is going to be divided again by 2. That is what we refer to as halving. What does that tell you? That as this halving is taking place, that means the quantity of Ultima tokens going to the market is equally reduced. So with that reduction in supply, That only tells you one thing, what? A possible price growth. So these are some of the strategies that the company is putting in place. And then last but not the least, the company also is embarking on a massive listing of the Ultima token and the smart coins on other exchange markets, so that many other cryptocurrency traders will be aware of these cryptocurrencies and will want to start running after them. That equally further does what? Boosts the demand for the two cryptocurrencies, which is actually very good for us in terms of what? A possible price growth. That's also important to note. So as I earlier mentioned, some of the elements that constitute the ecosystem of the company, you have this debit card, you have the marketplace.
A vast metropolis with over 6 million people and a dominant share of Canada's economic output.
Please, like I said, make sure your mic stay muted. It's important, please. Okay, so like I said earlier, as part of the ecosystem, we have products and services like the debit card. This debit card is a crypto debit card. In fact, this card, this is the only company that has this card in the entire world. Go and do your findings. Why do I say so? Because this card alone is able to host up to 8 different cryptocurrencies, notably Bitcoin. If you have Bitcoin, you can load on this card. If you have USDT, you can load on it. If you have Bitcoin Cash, you can load on it. If you have Ethereum, you can load on it. If you have EOS, you can load on it. If you have Ultima, also you can load on it. Up to a total of 8 mainstream cryptocurrencies that can be loaded on this card. And once you load any of these mainstream cryptocurrencies on this card, the only thing you need to do is find yourself at the nearest ATM machine, slot it inside, and those cryptocurrencies will be converted directly for the fiat currency used in the nation where you are doing the transaction from. So it means that you can actually convert your cryptocurrencies directly for fiat through this card. And this card gives you the possibility to do a total transaction up to 10,000 euros in one day. There is no other card. I've not seen any other card that gives you this daily limit. Up to 10,000 euros in one day, meaning up to 100,000 euros in 1 month. In 1 month, you can do a total transaction of up to 100,000. You also have the possibility to load fiat currencies on this card, notably dollars, euros, Great British Pound, Japanese yen, and Chinese yuan. These 5 mainstream fiat currencies, international fiat currencies to be very precise. You can load all of that. So it means this card alone can host up to a minimum of 12 different currencies, with 8 of them being in the crypto space. That is what is unique about this card. And you'll be so amazed to know that you can actually purchase this card using what? Your cashback points. So if you have cashback points, you can purchase this card. Because this card right now, the company has brought the price down to earth. With 250 euros worth, it is possible for you to have this card. It's that simple. We have also this marketplace where you can get to buy a good number of things. You can also get to create an online store for yourself where you sell products and services also, where people can get to patronize you and do the payment using what? Ultima tokens. What does that tell you? That those who be interested in purchasing your products will have to do so making usage of what? Ultima tokens and smart coin. What does that tell you? That is demand also that is being driven onto these two cryptocurrencies. In other words, the company has decided to connect the real world economy to this cryptocurrency space. So it connects Ultima tokens and smart coins to the real world economy. And by real world economy, I mean products that even a common man on the street, somebody who is not even interested in cryptocurrencies, will want to get every day, like this debit card, this exchange, for instance. Any exchange, of course, definitely has to be made use of by people who are crypto literate. For instance, vouchers. These vouchers can be used by even those who are not crypto literate. Vouchers are meant for everybody. Now, the advantage of somebody who is purchasing a voucher from our own platform is the fact that the person is going to have a discount. Or if it is not going to be a discount, the person is going to have a cashback. If it's not 100% cashback, it could be 50%, it could be any percentage. But the truth be told, you are going to get cashback on it. And there is nobody who will hear that there is a possibility for me to purchase something. And whatever it is I'm purchasing, they are going to give me back maybe 50% of the amount I'm spending, or 25%, or 100% even. And the person will not want to go in for that method. So it means that even somebody who knows nothing about crypto will want to benefit from this discount. But the compelling situation that the person must undergo or must pass through is the fact that the person must do the purchase exclusively using what? Ultima tokens and smart coins as transaction fee. What does that tell you? That is indirectly demand that has been imposed on these two cryptocurrencies. Same thing applies to all of these pools. All the pools, because everybody needs to buy what? Ultima tokens and smart coins in order to make use of them to do what? To buy shares or to buy gold splits. So you first of all have to purchase these two cryptocurrencies. That is demand also that is being projected on these two cryptocurrencies. Same thing is going to happen to our travel club. Same thing is going to happen to our crowdfunding. So this is an ecosystem that the company has built around this particular cryptocurrency, Ultima token. You find it at the center of everything. That is a currency that animates the entire ecosystem. So all of these products and services that have been built around it are geared towards doing what? Projecting the value of the Ultima tokens to move upward. And of course, there is no way you can move upward without the smart coin equally moving upward, because there is no single transaction you can do without a burning fee, and you can only do the burning using what? Smart coins. That's very important. Like I explained earlier on, every passing year we are going to be having halving done on the Ultima token, just like Bitcoin equally does the same thing. We are expecting a Bitcoin halving this year, any moment from the month of April, which is just next by, and May. Bitcoin is going to be registering another halving. So we have equally adopted a halving strategy. And what is the advantage of this strategy is the fact that every passing year, this reduction in halving, we started from 50, it came down to 25. We are presently at 25. After 25, it's going to go down to 12. From there, 6, 3, and 1. This reduction simply means we are reducing the possible supply that can find itself in the market. What is the positive consequence of that? A price growth, because a smaller supply against an ever-increasing demand implies just one thing, which is what? A possible price growth. So now, just to give you a little insight on the advantage that this particular decentralized finance system has over the previous method we adopted, or that the company instituted, which was that of farming, is the fact that the more people join this business, the more people join, the smaller will be the possibility, or rather, the smaller will be the quantity of Ultima tokens that one person can be able to hold as an individual, or that somebody can be able to hold as an individual. Why? Because the more people are joining means the more gold splits that are being purchased, and that means the quantity of Ultima tokens distributed by the delegated liquidity pool divided by the total number of gold splits inside the system further reduces the quantity of Ultima tokens that each gold split is able to attract. This simply eliminates the possibility for an individual to go and saturate the market with coins like what we used to notice during the farming era, whereby, because I, for one, I knew of people who were producing about 500, Ultima token, no, not Ultima tokens, PLCUX on daily basis. I mean, one person producing 500 alone every day. Imagine that we have up to about 1 million people who are producing that quantity and sending to the market every day. 500 PLCUX supplying the market with every blessed day. And the more people were joining, buying their own farms, loading them with PLCUX, they too were producing more PLCUX, and we're taking all of them to the market. So it definitely tells you one thing, that at some point the market will be saturated with too many of those PLCUX coins, which is exactly what happened. And since the market was saturated by a huge quantity of coin, and there were fewer people in the market buying the PLCUX coins, because the company had not established a solid ecosystem around it, whereby people could get to buy products and services using the PLCUX coin, just like the other coins. And because of that, people were not seeing the reason why they needed to buy PLCUX. That's why the demand was very low against a huge supply of the coin in the market. What was the consequence? A price drop. But now, this particular method, using these particular liquidity pools, the liquidity pools I've been talking about, has solved all of those challenges. Why? Because the more people are joining the business instead, what is happening? The more gold splits that are being purchased. And that means the quantity of Ultima tokens divided by those total number of gold splits reduces the quantity of Ultima tokens that everybody can have. What does that tell you? That it is only possible for somebody to have a huge quantity of these same Ultima tokens on condition that the person too is able to spend a huge amount of money to buy a huge number of gold splits also inside the system. How many people can be able to do that? Now, if you have so many people and people have little fraction in their keeping in Ultima tokens, especially with the huge ecosystem that the company has built, all of these products and services have shown you that people will start making requests for. And they will need what? Ultima tokens and the same smart coins. What does that tell you? That the price of these two cryptocurrencies must go up because of this unique model. So this one gives you a comparative analysis between these two models. So we realize that during the farming era, the more people were joining the business, what happens to the number of coins produced? The more the coins that were produced also and sent to the market. That was why it was easier for the price of those coins to be dumped. But in this other case, the more people join, the smaller the quantity of Ultima tokens they are making per day. What does that tell you? That the smaller the quantity of Ultima tokens in their hands, the lesser the possibility there is for the market to get dumped with these Ultima tokens. So that's a perfect solution to an extent. Now, talking about the advantages of the various liquidity pools. These advantages, in fact, these ones, I'm not going to elaborate on them more. Why? Because I've already done, a video where I did an extensive explanation on the advantages and disadvantages of each of these liquidity pools, from the VIP pool to the green pool to this gold pool that I'm actually talking about. And of course, I equally talk about the business pool, whereby your possibility to belong to that business pool is not a function of you being capable of purchasing something. No, you can only belong to the business pool on merit. It is only merit that can take you there. And by merit, I mean you must be a networker. If you are not a networker, you can never belong to the business pool. It's impossible. That's a pool which is reserved exclusively for networkers. So if you are not a networker, you cannot belong to that pool. So I will not spend time doing analysis on the various advantages and disadvantages of this particular pool. Go and watch that video. It's on my YouTube page. You watch it, it will give you every explanation there is for you to understand, regarding the various pools, the advantages and inconveniences, of course. Now, what is this special gift that the company is giving to all the community, in fact, all the community members? This is very important. Like some of you would have read it in the write-ups that I've been posting in most of the groups and the voice notes that we have been posting. Those of you, if you know anybody, please listen to this part very well. This one is very, very useful, especially for those who had given up on this business, who, because of the way things went, they became angry. They were so angry and decided to quit. Some, I'm sure they have even forgotten the login details of their account. Go back to these people. Tell them, anybody who had given up, please come back. You are coming back is not necessarily that you are coming to spend anything. You are not going to spend anything. This is what the company has said. The company said, those of you who are part of the farming era, you people spend a lot of money. Whether you bought a package in PLC, PLCU, PLCU Classic, or PLCU X, it doesn't matter. It means that you are a member of that farming regime. So in as much as you belong to that farming regime, the company is now saying that the money that you spend in buying those farms, that is the money that the company was able to, capitalize on to be able to develop the ecosystem that it now has. The smart blockchain, which it now has right now, was built thanks to the purchases that you and others did. The purchases of the farms that you people had, through which you were supposed to be minting what? Minting coins, which you were able to sell. And of course, you did sell some of those coins for those who actually sold, even though some people did not sell, especially those who joined the business very late. But for those who joined earlier, whether you were minting PLC, PLCU X, or C, or whichever, most of them that I know made a lot of money, especially when the price was still very high up. But that notwithstanding, assuming that you did not make any money, the company is still saying that they recognize the fact that you are part of the founding generation. It is because of the money that you spend in buying those farms or buying those particular coins to load in your farms that the company was able to generate the amount of what it generated to be able to develop this entire ecosystem that we are now enjoying from right now. So the company wants to compensate you. The company wants to say thank you for joining the business during that period and for purchasing the things that you purchased during that period. So it is also part of your money that permitted the company to be able to grow up to this level. So the company wants to give back to that community. So they want to give you something free of charge. And the company says you are not going to pay for it. Now, what is this thing that the company wants to give to you? Remember, all along you have been hearing me talking about splits, the gold pool and the rest. So the company has decided to put in place also a pool, which is called the Royal Pool. Why is it calling it the Royal Pool? Because you, who is a member of the farming generation, they consider you as a king. If the business is what it is today, it is because you was a part of those who were referred to as kings, who were able to make this happen today. So they consider you as a member of the royal, in fact, the royal house. So they are putting in place this royal pool. For you to be a member of the royal pool, you are expected to own what? Royal splits. Just like for you to be a member of the gold pool, you are expected to be in possession of what? gold split. Without gold split, you cannot be a member of the gold pool. So without royal splits, you cannot also be a member of the royal pool. So the question here is, how are you going to get these royal splits? What the company has said as of now is that if you are a founding member, if you are coming from that generation, they are going to give you these royal splits for free. You are not going to buy them. They will be given to you for free. And once you have these royal splits, it automatically makes you a member of the royal pool. And that means that through those royal splits that you have, now you begin to ask questions on how many royal splits am I going to have? I don't know the strategy the company is going to use to be able to attribute royal splits to each of the farming members or each of the members coming from that farming era. I don't know. But the information we have as of now is that everybody who is a member of that period is going to get the royal split for free. And through those royal splits, you are going to be earning Ultima tokens also every day for the next 100 years and above. So that is good news for all those farmers. Anybody who was a farmer during that farming era. So this is an opportunity for you. This is a free gift that the company is giving to you for free. So you are given a gift for free that is going to be fetching for you Ultima tokens on daily basis for a lifetime. So that's the first major information that you need to get. Now the question here is, what are you supposed to start doing right now? Because the royal pool is not yet there. The company says the royal pool is going to go operational after the Dubai event on the 13th of next month, which means that by next month, this royal pool is going to go operational. So please, if you have your downlines who are already given up on this business, who are maybe involved in other businesses somewhere else, tell them that we are now at the dawn of a new beginning. Let them come and get their own free split. It's free. They will not purchase. But please, if you were not part of that farming era, this royal split is not for you. You will not partake in it. The royal split are exclusively for those who are coming from that farming generation. So if you are not a part of the farming generation, you cannot participate in it. So it is strictly for those farmers. So if you know all of them, please go and tell them. And let me tell you the things you are supposed to start doing now to prepare for that period. It's not like because I've explained it, you just go and sleep somewhere. You just go and lie somewhere and begin to wait for that period. No, there are things you are expected to do right now. What is the first thing that is expected of you if you want to benefit from that pool? That's if you are a farmer who is coming from that generation. What are you supposed to do? The first thing that is expected of you, you are supposed to use the same exact login details that you use in creating the account, whether it was on PLC, PLCU, or PLCUX, or PLCU Classic. The Gmail that you use in creating the account there, the same password, even though you have the possibility to change the password. But what you must maintain is the Gmail. Don't change the Gmail. Make sure you use that Gmail and the same password, or you can change the password if you want, to create an account for yourself on Ultima DeFi or DeFi-U. Means that you must create an account with the DeFi-U. So get to your upline, ask your upline to give you his own referral link on the DeFi-U so that you can use it to create an account for yourself. Without which, because remember, we are now found on the smart blockchain. If you're involved with PLC, PLCU, PLCU Classic, those were coins that were found on the old blockchain. We are no longer using that old blockchain. So for you to benefit from these splits, these royal splits only operate on the new blockchain, which is the smart blockchain. That's why everybody is expected to create a new account. That's for those who don't have an account yet with the DeFi system. You need to create one so as to make your presence seen on this new smart blockchain where everything is going to be happening. That's why you need to create an account with the DeFi-U. So ask your upline to give you his referral link. If your upline has not signed up yet with the DeFi-U, let him also ask his upline. Or if your upline is no longer interested in the business, maybe he has left, he's no longer interested in the business, you can get to me directly. For instance, I'll be able to identify the WhatsApp group you belong to. Then I will know the leaders who are inside. Then I'll be able to assign to you a leader. Or you can, maybe on the basis of affinity, choose another leader, provided you are not leaving the tree. Don't leave your team. You can decide to connect yourself to another leader, but do not leave the team. Don't go to another team to sign up in another team. Don't move. So that's the first thing that's expected of you. The second thing, like I already said, make sure you invite all your downlines. Let them do the same thing. So assuming that in that era, you brought in 4 persons in your first generation. Make sure you send your own referral link only to those 4 persons. Let them use your referral link directly to sign up on the DeFi project. Don't distribute your link to maybe another person's own downline. No, it is not good. Don't do it that way. Send your link only to those you had as your own direct referrals during that era also. Send the link just to those people. Unless you go to somebody and he now tells you, no, he had already signed up under another person. Then in that case, the person cannot sign up again because he can only sign up once. So that once your direct referral members, they have already signed up using your own referral link, they too will copy their own referral link and send to those they equally brought in the system. And the chain has to continue that way right down. But if you are somebody who doesn't remember who your upline was, maybe you don't know who he is, or he has even left the business completely, like I said, get to me inbox. And from there, I'll be able to assign, another upline to you. So it's very, very important. Very, very important. Then, as a third point, or the third thing you are supposed to do, if you still have your own community coins, PLC, PLCU, Classic, X, please swap them. This is the right moment for you to start making use of smart coin. Don't bother. There's something I'm going to show you in a moment. You will see. Now, after doing the swapping, the last but not the least thing you are supposed to do is to install a smart wallet. This one I'm referring to farmers, people who are coming from that farming generation. I mean, those who have not bought, they have not created an account with a DeFi project, maybe to buy a split. When I talk of DeFi, I'm talking about, in fact, I'm talking about splits. So if you have never created an account, in which they talk about the purchase of splits or whatsoever, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So you need to install this smart wallet. So these are the 4 things you are supposed to be doing right now in preparation for that royal pool. Don't wait for it to be here before you start doing the needful. Why do I say so? Because if you waste time now, those you brought in as downlines, if you waste the least second, some other teams or some other person will go and register those persons again. They will go and sign them up. By the time you go to them, for them to start signing up for free to come back to you, they would have long gone. They would have been absorbed by other teams. You will now lose. That's why you must not blink an eye on all your downline. Even those who are angry, go and meet them. Even if they say, we don't want to hear anything about this, explain it to them that this one is free. They will not have to pay anything. And through this, they will be paid for a lifetime. Now, after explaining all of this, somebody might decide to say, okay, since I was planning to go and buy a gold split, since they are now saying that there's a royal pool, which is going to be free for everybody, means there is no need for me to go and buy a gold pool. Let me just wait for the royal pool. No, that one will be a very big mistake. Why do I say so? Let me show you why it is going to be a very big mistake. Just give me a moment. Let me go back to the calculator. We are back on this calculator. Look at what is going to happen. You can consider it as a disadvantage with the royal split, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, this one is in principle because details on how the royal pool is going to work, as of now, we don't have them. The CEO said he's going to give us details in the days ahead. But from the analysis, if things eventually go the way I am thinking in my mind, then this is exactly what is going to happen. If the royal pool is going to be made for everybody, I mean, those who were part of the farming era, and there were so many people, how many people were there? Way over 2.8 million. Now, let us assume that there are going to be 2.8 million royal splits also that will be attributed to everybody, like everybody gets just one split, one royal split only. Now, come back here. If we put 100, that's 1,800,000. If I type 1,800,000 here, representing the total number of royal splits inside that pool, how many ultimate tokens are going to be shared every day for everybody? It's the same 25. Oh, it's not going to be different. They will divide the same 25.92 for everybody. So if you divide 25.92 by 1,800,000, that means one person on the first day is going to get what? 0.0000. How many zeros? 4 zeros, 14. Let's say you have just one royal split. That means this. What if the price of one ultimate token is at 9,000? That means this person would have made what? $0.12 multiplied by this, which means this person has made around about 84 francs CFA. This is in principle what that is going to mean. And then by the time this halving takes place, where this one is reduced from 25 to 12, we divide again by this, which means the quantity this person is going to get again is going to be very, very small. Even though Conversely, we have the possibility to register an increase in the price of what? The Ultima token in the market. Though somebody to an extent will say, okay, even if I'm making just $0.1 a day, it is not bad. Rather than having nothing, after all, I'm going to be receiving something like this every day for an eternal lifetime. So over time, it might eventually represent something. But if you are trying to substitute the possibility of you going in for a gold split because you want to depend on this one, like I said, it's a mistake. Why? Because like I said, inside the gold pool, the maximum you shall have inside is just 1 million. Just 1 million gold split. That's the maximum you shall have. And of course, for you to register up to 1 million gold split inside, it will take several years before we get there. It will take a good number of years before we shall register this total of 1 million. It will take several years. Now, assuming that it takes several years, let's say in the next 10 to 20 years, we eventually record, let's say 1 million. If we divide 25 by 1 million, or let's say maybe halving would have taken place and so on several times. Whatever it is you are going to divide by this 1 million will still give you at least something which is still substantial or which is better than what you would have normally been getting from the royal pool that would have had at least 1.8 million something or even above. Or 2.8 million, sorry, 2.8 million and above inside. So you have to look at it from that perspective. It's absolutely very important. Now, back to the explanation as to why the company is giving you people this free gift. Now, let me explain. It's also a marketing strategy that the company is using. Why is the company giving these royal splits to everybody for free? It is because right now, how many persons were involved in the whole community? We said about 2.8 million persons. So the company is looking at it from this angle. What if we eventually migrate this entire 2,800,000 people into the Ultima token community? Like we bring all of them into this community. And how do we bring them? We need to give to them a product for free that they can use this product and join this Ultima community. That's why they are giving these royal splits for free. So that once you will start dealing with what? These royal splits every day, you will need to be claiming what? Ultima tokens from your wallet. You will need to be claiming your Ultima tokens which you are earning through the royal split. And there is no way you can claim Ultima tokens without burning smart coins as gas fee. So what does it mean? Meaning that the present community that the company has in Ultima, if it now imports the 2,800,000 persons that are inside the whole community, that is the farming community, if it now migrates that entire 2.8 million to join the present community of Ultima token right now, and everybody is involved in the burning of smart coins because they need to claim their Ultima tokens every blessed day. What does that tell you? That there will be a massive daily burning of what? Smart coins. What is the advantage of that? Means that it will take the company little time to destroy most of the smart coins in existence. And as the market keeps on being empty or emptied of smart coins, that means the price of the smart coin will keep going up. Why? Because as days are passing, more people are making usage of the smart coins to claim their Ultima token rewards. You know, that's number one. More people will be purchasing things on the company's within the company's ecosystem. Like people will be using debit cards. People will be doing what? They'll be purchasing things from the marketplace of the company. People will be involved in the real estate program of the company. People will be involved in the car program of the company. People will be involved in the crowdfunding program of the company, the auction sales, you know, the gaming platforms. All of this will require what? The burning of smart coins and, of course, the usage of what? Ultima tokens. But most importantly, the burning of smart coins. So the company is just trying to increase the population that will be involved in the burning process of what? Smart coins. And by so doing, it is keeping the market more and more emptied of these smart coins. What is the advantage? The price growth of the smart coin. That is the company's objective of doing this. So in order to be able to grow the value of smart, they need to increase the membership of those who are making usage of the smart. And we have already an existing community which is just there on standby, those in the farming era. So for the company to bring them, because if the company says they should come and start buying, you know, these splits inside the royal pool, very few people will be able to buy. Some people might eventually never buy, even in their eternal lifetime. But if the company tells them that it is for free, everybody wants to have. After all, they are not paying anything. And through that, the condition is that, yes, you have been given something for free, but for you to claim it, you need to burn what? You need to burn smart coins. The advantage that these people will even have is the fact that since they are coming from the old community, means that they already have those coins. So they just need to swap those coins to get the same smart coin that they will be needing in burning for the sake of claiming their ultimate tokens. It's as simple as that. So all in all, you don't spend anything. You will continue to benefit from something every day for an eternal lifetime. It's as beautiful as that. So at this point, I'm going to pause and give the opportunity for people to ask questions. If there are any questions, please, I want to take those questions right now so that I can be able to give you ample answers to make sure that you have understood everything there is to understand with regards to this particular free gift and with regards to the analysis I made on the gold pool, which I'm still advising everybody not to lose sight of. Questions, please. If you have any questions, just raise up your hand and I'll give you the opportunity to speak. Questions? Any questions? Questions. All right. If there's nobody indicating that, indirectly tells me that everything is well understood. Okay, Madam Trifin, your hand is up. Go ahead, leader.
Everyone. Thank you so much, leader, for the presentation. You have been saying question. My mouth was full with food. That's why I couldn't come up inside in time. Okay, so what I wanted to ask is, I don't know if you can bring back that picture of the gold, the wallet indicating the gold split, the picture in the smart wallet indicating the gold split.
You're talking of
You
this
have access to it? Yes. If maybe we could zoom it.
Yes, you have it there.
Okay. Yeah. Here I'm seeing there's something I just want to understand. I see estimated reward.
Yes.
For example, the one that's already splitting, that's showing claim reward.
This one? Okay, claim reward, this one, yes.
Any of them, yeah, any of them is fine. When I see estimated reward, here above I see $28 and below I see $9.4.
Yes.
I don't know what does this mean because
this 9, okay, I've understood your question. In fact, remember I told you that if you divide 25.92 by this total number of splits inside the system, it gives you this 0.001595, right? That's the quantity of ultimate token attracted by one split. So what is the equivalence of this fraction per split in terms of dollars? This is the dollar equivalence of this fraction.
Okay.
So it shows that this person here having this 0.004864, it means that this person has done an accumulation for a certain number of days. So much so that the dollar equivalence of this total, that's what is represented below here. You get the point?
Okay.
So this one here, this dollar equivalence is representing the equivalence of this one, in which also corresponds to the price in dollars of one full, ultimate token in the market. Which means that if the price of one ultimate token in the market increases, then the dollar value of this one also, this 9.4 also is going to increase. Same thing will be reflected on this one.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. I got it now.
Questions, please. Question. If the Zoom goes up, just click again on the link and you join one more time. There's something very important I want to show you. For those who have smart coins already, there's something I want to share with you. Very important. Any more questions? Questions.